Home prices have crossed all boundaries of insanity. Every month, it gets more and more expensive to own a property. And if interest rates start to go up, cost of owning a house will hit crazy levels. A buddy of mine called me the other day. He's in the market trying to buy his second house, mostly as an investment property, which he would rent out. While he was researching, he ran into this ultimate idea to build a real estate portfolio, especially in this market. He asked me if I'd heard about the BRRRR method. I told him I did, but I was never too keen on it since it required buying fixer-uppers. According to him, BRRRR, I love saying that, is the ultimate tool to gain financial freedom. You know what that means. I had to take another look. Let's break this down. Hey guys, welcome to Think Finance. My name is Raj, and on this channel, I talk about personal finance, investment ideas, and ways to build wealth. Home sales across the US in May were up 46% from last May, with an average median price of $377K, which is 26% more from the year before. With an ever-increasing demand, limited supply, and super low interest rate, housing is at record levels. In this competitive market, people are willing to bet on riskier homes. Indeed, according to a Bank of America survey, 82% of millennials are more likely to buy a fixer-upper than a newly built house. BRRRR method is one way to buy fixer-uppers and build your real estate portfolio that can generate passive income and build wealth over time. In this video, I'll share my thoughts on BRRRR, how it works, is it worth it, and does it make sense in today's competitive market? The goal of this method is to buy properties and rent them out. Over time, build a real estate portfolio and earn passive income or rental income. If everything goes well, this can become your primary source of wealth. So how does it work? BRRRR stands for buy, rehab or renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. The idea is to buy something that is broken and cheap, fix it and make it livable, rent it out, and then repeat the process again and again. Let's assume John buys a distressed property or a fixer-upper. It is a total mess and requires updates and repairs to get up to code. He got a sweet deal given the condition of the house. Let's say he bought the house for $100K. You cannot fund this with a traditional loan given it is a fixer-upper and most distressed properties won't meet the minimum lending standards. But John was able to find a lender who hooked him up with a short-term loan. He paid $25K in down payment and remaining $75K came from this short-term loan. John spent another $20K in renovation. He is now $45K in, $25K down payment plus $20K in renovation costs. But here's the fun part. The property is now rentable and John was able to put it under lease for $1,600 per month. Passive income. Next step, refinance the original loan so that John can recover his investment of $45K. Bank appraises the property for $160K. Typically, lenders will fund 75% of the appraised value. So John was able to do a $120K cash out refi. Interest rate should be much lower since this is a traditional loan as opposed to a short-term loan. He paid off the original loan and now has $45K in cash to hunt for another property. Remember, John started with $45K that he used to fund and renovate his first buy. At the end of the process, John ended up with $45K in cash, a new mortgage, this is the new refi loan, and has a property that is producing rental income and hopefully will appreciate over time. As John goes through this process over and over again, he will end up with a real estate portfolio that has the potential to increase his net worth pretty quickly. It sounds like BRRRR is a powerful method to quickly build your real estate portfolio and can fuel your goal of financial freedom. You can generate passive income, and since it is real estate, it comes with tax breaks. What is not to like about it? Not much, to be honest. The problem is a lot of things need to fall in place to make sure this does not go south or turn against you. Let's talk about buying that first property. You will need to come up with the down payment from somewhere. Few options: maybe you're rich and have cash in bank, a HELOC on your residential property, hard money loan, or some other private loan. Short-term loans can be really expensive. So what's a good deal on a distressed property? A rule of thumb: buy a property way below the market value if possible, and never invest more than 75% of the property's after renovation appraised value. That means you want to start with the question, what will be the value of the house after the renovation? Let's say move-in ready houses in a neighborhood you're eyeing are valued at around $250K. Multiply that by 0.75, $187K. This is the max you want to be at. If all goes right, you will be able to do a cash out refi that will pay off the initial loan, original down payment, any renovation costs, and give you enough cash in hand that you can use as a down payment for your next property. Speaking about rehab or renovation, you have two goals to meet. Number one, get the house up to code so that it is safe to rent. And number two, make updates that can increase the value of the house. Repairs to drywall or roof, or updates to kitchen, bathroom, and windows can go a long way. But stuff like a fancy countertop, skylights, hot tub, or a chandelier aren't necessary. Here are some facts to consider. Fixer-uppers can come with surprises. They are time-consuming and expenses can add up quickly. According to a recent survey, 77% participants said renovation took more time than expected. 64% claimed that process was more stressful than planned. And another 57% said it was way more expensive. By the way, average renovation cost is around $45K at the lower end. Depending on the house, it can be much higher, especially right now where material and labor costs are extremely inflated. Typically, lenders like it when the house is occupied or rented. Do that before applying for refi. For my rentals, I hire a property management company to help me list, advertise, screen, and move in tenants. It is a lease-only agreement, meaning their role ends once the tenants move in. I will manage the ongoing management. The company takes first month's rent as a fee. You don't have to do this, but I find it worth it. Remember, for BRRRR to work as intended, you want to do a cash out refinance so that you have enough cash to use it as a down payment on another house. In today's environment, cash out refi is a huge pain. How do I know this? Well, I called my mortgage broker friend Sue. She helps me with my mortgages, refis, and any loan needs. She ran numbers for me on a $400K 30-year fix. Mortgage rates for investment properties are slightly higher, but hear this out. As of yesterday, Sue was able to refi at 4.12% with 10 points, almost 30K in points. If we did a slightly higher rate, I still had to pay 5 points. My credit score is above 800 with zero debt. Bottom line, as it stands today, it is priced to discourage cash out refi. Of course, things can change very quickly in the mortgage world, and 1 month from now, things could be a whole lot different. Finally, not all fixer-uppers are created equal. What does that mean? When it comes to BRRRR, higher the discount on the property, better probability of success. Chances are you are in a location that does not offer enough discount to justify BRRRR. And if you go outside your home state, managing renovation can be a nightmare. I'm in Seattle. Can't imagine if I have to manage a fixer-upper in Kansas City. Also, fixer-upper does not always mean cheap. Yes, cheap relative to other properties in the neighborhood, but could be expensive in terms of actual dollars. Let's assume you figure these things out and you feel comfortable moving ahead in the BRRRR journey. What next? I would start with a lender or two. Get an idea of what to expect. Talk about short-term loans, cash out refi, your financial situation, credit score, rates, all things money. Explore, see what's out there in the fixer-upper world. On Redfin, you can actually filter by fixer-upper. Then there are auctions and foreclosure sites like foreclosure.com. Oh, and there is this Insta account that millennials love. Check out cheap old houses. Also, not everything gets listed online. Drive around in your neighborhood, look for houses that are not well kept. Overgrown landscaping, broken windows, damaged roof. Chances are you might be able to get a sweet deal. Just ask. I have a house in this neighborhood which is a complete mess, total disaster. I suck with people, so I'm planning to ask Kim, my wife, to go and get a pulse, see what's up. By the way, she's a real estate broker and knows how to deal with people. Once you find something interesting, estimate numbers, renovation costs, financing cost, and after repair value. If it all makes sense, give it a shot. Like everything else in life, you will never know unless you try. There's nothing here that tells me that this cannot work, but there's so much here that need to work in order to make it right and worthwhile. As I said earlier, do some due diligence around financing options, renovation costs, and the appraised value. As far as my friend goes, we are exploring our options. We'll see where it goes. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you do BRRRR or maybe bought a fixer-upper. We'd love to hear your experience. Until next time, peace.